Welcome, Shack Packers, to Tales from the Shack. Step inside where the stories are cosy, but the chills run deep. This week we bring you a short tale from the Shack to ignite your imagination and possibly send a shiver down your spine. We're thrilled to have you join us, so grab your favourite brew, pull up a seat and swing that light, and let the magic of storytelling whisk you away. They say you shouldn't light a candle in an old house unless you know who lit them before you. We don't have a cellar at the shack as such, but after the last rainstorm I'd noticed a strange draft near the back wall behind the old bookcase. That's when I found it. A small wooden hatch, almost invisible under the rug and the warped floorboards. Now, I've lived here for years. I know every creaky corner, but this, I'd never seen it before. So naturally, I opened it, didn't I? There was a stone stairwell leading downwards. It was crumbling a little with moss growing on the walls. It was slick and, looking at it, probably slippery with moisture. It dropped down about 10 feet below ground. No actual electric light to switch on, just damp air and silence. But then what caught my eye was the candle. It was sat at the base of the steps, and it was already lit. There was no smoke from the candle, no matches near the candle, just a single beeswax taper in an old iron holder, flickering like it had been waiting. Waiting for me, I thought. I stood there, hesitating, thoughts racing through my mind. Should I call Steph? No, she's at work. Do I call my other half? Or do I just pull up my big girl pants and do this myself? Part of me wanted to call out to my husband. The other part told me to shut the hatch and pretend I'd never ever found it. Perhaps that's what I should have done. But I've never been good at that. So, gingerly, down the stairs I went. The cellar itself was not big, just a low ceiling, stone walls, old shelves covered in dust, some chains on the floor. But one wall was completely different. It was smooth, almost polished, and it had markings on it. Not exactly word markings, more like scratches, deep and deliberate. I looked more closely at the markings, and were these ancient rune markings, I said to myself. I need to check these out, as some of these marks looked familiar. Behind me, the candle was still burning, giving off the only light. Why hadn't I grabbed a torch before I came down here? But I did have my phone, of course, with its torch. Then an idea popped in my head. Maybe I could take a picture of these markings and research them later. I took my phone out of my pocket and opened the camera. And then, as I turned to look at the wall, I saw the candle move. It didn't flicker. The candle actually moved. it sort of elongated, like someone had drawn it upwards with invisible fingers, and then as I watched, rooted to the spot I might add, it sort of bent. It bent towards the rune-type shapes etched into the small wall, almost like it was giving me more light to see the shapes. And that's when I heard it, a voice. Not loud, and not really in the cellar, but inside my head, like it had borrowed my mind. And it said in an urgent whisper,
"Don't blow it out."
I certainly wasn't going to do that, I thought. Leave myself in the dark with whatever else was down here with me? But I might have done something almost as stupid. I took a picture of the candle, just a quick one with a flash, and when I glanced down at what I'd taken, my blood turned to ice as I realised that there was something else in the image, someone or something just beside the candle. It was a figure. It was crouched as if watching or waiting for me to blow the candle out. I bolted up the stairs, slammed the hatch shut and piled everything I could find on top. Rugs, books, a huge big chair I dragged over, flower pots, dogs. Well, all right, not dogs, but anything that I could find that was heavy enough. The picture gave me chills any time I looked at it, so I tried deleting it. It would disappear until the next time I opened my photos, and there it was again. I just couldn't seem to get rid of it. Even worse, every time I use my phone now, the battery just drains. Unless I'm near a flame. A candle, to be specific. So, if you visit the shack and notice a few more candles than usual, don't worry. I'm just trying to keep my phone charged and the darkness from getting too curious. Well, that's a wrap for this week's Tales from the Shack. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week. Until then, keep your minds open, your lamps lit, and we'll see you all again next week at the Freakin Shack. Contact us at fshack03@gmail.com or find us on social media by searching hashtag the Freakin Shack. That's freaking without a G. We're looking forward to hearing from you really soon.